Today I'm making a couple Bourbon Cranberry coolers. I'm excited for this one because I've never had a tart or a bitter frozen drink. Usually the frozen drinks are just sweet. Most of the time they're too sweet. I'm interested in seeing if the bitter and the frozen work out together as a combo. So I'm gonna try making a cheap version, about as cheap as I can, easy. I'm just gonna build it in this highball. Just gonna crack one cube. I'll start with a bourbon. And the cheapest bourbon I've ever found is this Earl Settler bourbon. This is something you could buy at Total Wine. It's not actually that bad. It's just a little light on the flavor. 1.5 ounce. And then 2 ounces of cranberry. This is great value cranberry juice cocktail, but it's surprisingly only cranberry juice. They just added sugar to it. Sugar and water. Then I'm gonna add 1/2 ounce of cheap triple sec. I might not need this since it's got sugar in the cranberry juice, but going for it anyway. And 3/4 ounce ReaLemon lemon juice. And last 3/4 ounce simple syrup. I'm gonna give it a stir and top it off with some more ice. And I'm gonna use a straw. Set this aside. Now it's expensive, I'm just gonna be building it inside this blender cup. This will be basically a double-sized drink. It's gonna fill this hurricane glass, 21 ounces. This should be about 2 cubes. And the bourbon, I'm going to be using Amador. It's this bottle right here. This is fairly expensive. It's a bourbon that was finished in Chardonnay wine barrels. It's extra spicy. That's how I'd explain the flavor. So I'm gonna go with 3 ounces. And the cranberry, I got some actual Just Cranberry juice. That's what it's called, Just Cranberry. It's 100% cranberry. No sugar in this. This should be pretty tart. I'm gonna go ahead and taste this. Yeah, it's tart. I'd say tart is sour and bitter. I don't know if that's the correct definition, but that's how I'm using it. And I'm gonna put 4 ounces of that. That's much more red than the cocktail. Looks like I'm gonna need a lot more ice. I'm gonna use 1 ounce of Cointreau. Set of triple sec. And 1.5 ounces of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And 1.5 ounces of simple syrup. That's not gonna be enough ice. I'm gonna have to put in another cube. So that's about 1.5 cups of ice. Blend it up. And I might as well garnish it with a hilarious little umbrella. Okay, there's our 2 drinks. Okay, let's try them out before this melts. It's too sweet. You can taste the bourbon, but it's not bitter at all. And it's definitely too sweet. Still pretty refreshing. I would let this one melt down. I think maybe once it melts down a little, it'll be better. Next time, no simple syrup. All right, this frozen, expensive drink. It's really good. Oh, give me brain freeze. Ugh. If you're a gulper like me, you need to slow down. It's not too sweet. It's definitely less sweet than something like a pina colada. It's perfect sweetness. I'm a little disappointed that it's not bitter at all. There's just a little sour there. There's no bitterness. The bourbon comes through, but it's not overpowering. It doesn't taste like you're just sipping on bourbon. It definitely mellows out the spiciness of that whiskey there. I think if you're into sweet drinks, you could add a little more simple syrup, a little more Cointreau. But then why would you be having a cranberry cooler? These are completely different. Give this version a 3 out of 10. I give this expensive an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. Well, I got some drinking to do. Thanks for watching.